No intro, no nothing. We'll be breaking down today what we saw in the Indigo Disc DLC. I got Envy with me today. So one of the first things we saw was synchronize with Pokemon and explore your surroundings. So using the Synchro Machine, you can actually control your Pokemon and play as them. I'm kind of hoping that because it says you'll be able to battle, that you'll be able to kind of battle similar to Pokemon Unite or Pokken style and not just explore as Pikachu, which I still think is cool in itself. Now the big thing that I thought that was actually exciting for this trailer, because it was more so, hey, all this stuff is coming back, is that we saw mass outbreaks, we saw that Alcremie comes back, and I'm actually going to be going through this on the team builder on Pokemon Showdown, absolutely free, you can use it if you want, a lot of the channels on it, of all the mons we got back. So me and Envy, we're going to be going through all this stuff, and let's kind of get into it, and then we'll go back to the news as well. So Galvantula will be coming back. I'm really excited for this, Envy, because Galvantula was always one of the mons that, first off, the Rabambi stronghold, the Rabambi hold on OU with sticky webs, maybe no more, right? Because Galvantula can do it too, and while Rabambi can stun Spore, Galvantula can not only Thunder Wave, but also Volt Switch and still Energy Ball and stuff. Then granted, Moonblast still hits it at Great Tusk as well. I don't know, what do you think about Galvantula? I feel like it having Terra Blast now is going to be huge for this Pokemon, like it having the coverage that it needs, right? Besides, even if you just use all-out full-on attacker, right? Bug Buzz, Energy Ball if you don't want, Terra Blast, Ice or Fire.
Yeah, Terra
like
Blast. I was about to say that. I was about to say the Ice Terra is actually
not for the resistance. Not for the resistance. Please don't talk about that. Let's actually keep it competitive.
Yeah, I was about to say not just for the resistance, but also because it can damage mons like Lando T, Great Tusk,
Blast Score when it comes back, which it most likely will. With it, I actually think it opens up Galvantula viability a ton. Like this mon was just shy of, like, let's think about it back in the day, right? When Galvantula came out, the reason it's not like an OU tier Pokemon, its inability to really break Pokemons like Ferrothorn back in the day, but a mon like this with Energy Ball coverage, something that can actually threaten bulky waters like Dozo and Toxapex with Thunder, and potentially Terra Blasting, even Fairy, like becoming a Fairy type with it could be cool to hit like Pult while still hitting Great Tusk and things like that. So I actually think it's a really unique mon for lower tiers. And also, I think it's an alternative to Rabambi that we could use in OU as a sticky web user.
Yeah, like even like choice specs and just hitting really hard outside of sticky web is a really good thing on this Pokemon, because look at its speed. This mon's speed is pretty nice.
Yeah, 346 is a good speed tier, especially when you look at the. I'm gonna put it in OU just to look at. But
yeah, and its inaccurate moves are pretty spammable because of its ability.
Exactly, faster than Enamorous, which is really nice. Yeah, Compound Eyes, which is nice. So Thunder is some beautiful accuracy on Thunder. So you're actually like more likely to hit Thunder than miss it. I mean, you're always more likely to hit Thunder than miss it, right? But it's 91 accuracy, right, versus 70. So that's a pretty big one for this mon. Also, Thunder Wave is 100% accurate on this Pokemon. That's one thing I want to also note, right? Thunder Wave will not miss when it comes to this Pokemon. So that's beautiful for itself. Get a little Thunder Wave right there. 90 accuracy, 1.3 boosted. So it definitely can be a sticky web user. I think Skarmory, we saw Skarmory, I think, maybe in a previous trailer, but I'm excited about Skarmory. I think this might be the generation where it stays UU, bro. What is your honest thoughts on that, though? Give me the thought. Is that crazy? Am I the Roost nerf? The fact that if it does get defog, it can't defog on Golden Go, and the fact that like it barely can take on great. Like, at least Corviknight can U-turn around and defog, right? If it needs to, right? Skarmory obviously has access to Body Press, and assuming it gets it back, and I'm sure it can do some Iron Defense stuff from there. And I guess Terra would change it. Maybe I'm wrong, but
yeah. So I also think of Skarmory as also, I mean, it's very comparable to Corviknight, but it also has a very different role as well. Like, for example, there's Custap Berry, right? So you can actually use this as a really good lead on offense teams with Stealth Rock Spikes, Custap Berry, Brave Bird, and, you know, just be able to set up a mouthful of hazards alongside with like Golden Go to, you know, Spin Block and Defog Block and all that kind of stuff. I think it's a Pokemon that can be used really well on offense teams that Corviknight can't do as well as this. But yeah, defensively, I think it's still pretty nice, even with Terra. Like,
it's good for Rillaboom.
Yeah. I think it does a lot of the similar things that Corviknight does, but it also does things that it can't do. So I see a role for it in a different way as well. But also, even just offensively, this mon with like weak armor, Swords Dance, or something like that could be interesting too.
I guess with Terra Blast actually giving it some type of stab.
Like, yeah, exactly.
That might be a legitimate. Coverage. Yeah, that might be a legitimate thing. I remember Swords Dance Skarm was actually something that was ran to allow Skarmory to beat Gliscor. I know ABR ran that on some stall teams as well. but with Swords Dance, Brave Bird, Roost. But again, the APP on Roost I think hurts this mon a lot. I think the fact that if Golden Go comes out, it can't do its job right at all. Whereas these Corviknight can turn around and bring momentum. Skarmory can't. Skarmory can't even Whirlwind out Golden Go because of its.
Oh, you can Night Slash it.
Yeah, do 30%. Good job. 45 on a crit. But maybe I'm bugging when it says that this mon might actually be UU. I'm pretty open-minded, though, to what can fall down in tiers these days, ever since we saw Heatran and Garchomp in them. But like when you look at Spikers in the OU tier as leads, Garchomp is rising back up again, being able to do that. You have Glim as well, which can do similarly with Toxic Spike and everything. Ogerpon with Sturdy lead as well. So kind of no item, though, on Skarm. Or no item on Ogerpon versus that. And then Tinglu is kind of like the premier spiker now that Gliscor is gone. And assuming Gliscor does come back with the DLC, which I think it definitely has to be tested. I don't think that's a mon that will stay banned. That's like definitely competition. So it's interesting. I don't know. Skarmory is just in a weird place. There's a lot more unaware mons too. So even like an SD type of variant. But maybe like Brave Bird Taunt Spike's Roost could be cool. Right?
I put more value on this Pokemon for its hazards. Yeah, I mean, I put a lot more value on this Pokemon just because it can set up both rocks and spikes, which I think is super valuable in any kind of team that utilizes.
I know you love offense. I know you love offense as well. So yeah, that's definitely your type.
Yeah, for this mon in particular, I would use this mon always on offense with Sturdy, being able to guarantee set yourself up rocks and do another attack basically. Fair.
Toucannon has not been in the game since its game reveal, which is really sad. Like how you come out for one generation and then you're gone. I think that's really sad. I feel like this is a mon that people forget is also the early gen bird, just because it hasn't been around enough.
Endangered species. I mean,
yeah, legit. In terms of move pool, again, I'm just gonna go National Dex Uber, just see what it had in there. But Beak Blast was never really anything crazy with it. However, it can be like a pseudo swallow with Boom Burst, for sure. And obviously the Skill Link. I think Skill Link with Bullet Seed can be really nice as well. But that's like the big thing. You're not really going to be using Fury Attack, in my opinion, over.
Yeah, you could also go Loaded Dice Sheer Force. Ooh.
So what would you be sheer forcing on when it comes to this Pokemon?
What would I be sheer forcing? That's a great question.
So if you use Flame Charge, you no longer get the speed boost if you use sheer force with that, right? Gunk Shot. I didn't even know this mon learned Gunk Shot or Knockoff. That's crazy. I don't know
That's
if it's
pretty
cool. All those mons again. It's just one of those mons. I mean, Rock Blast, right? You have Rock Blast. But Skill Link would be better.
Sheer Force Gunk Shot sounds
pretty strong.
Pretty strong, yeah. Especially when you Terra Poison.
Oh yeah, and you can put Life Orb as well, so you don't even take the recoil. But if you do Brave Bird with it, so you do Brave Bird, Gunk Shot, assuming it gets knockoff.
Well, you can't do You can't do Loaded Dice plus the thing though.
Yeah, but you can just do Sheer Force. You don't need. Like, what's wrong with this? Brave Bird, Gunk Shot, nice little mix set.
Yeah, just click. Yeah, I like that.
Nice little minus Spadef.
You can put Roost if you want.
Yeah, literally. I don't know why I'm putting plus Spadef, but I don't know. I'm trying to think if it's worth going like plus attack. Yeah, I guess Naughty Nature would be fine. Nice little nuke on this because it is boosted by. Well, no, this isn't boosted by Sheer Force.
I can see this mon on Trick Room as well. Like Trick Room Toucannon seems pretty strong.
I think that's how I used it initially. I think that's how I used it initially as well. But like it was in a metagame room again. I think this will be a mon that like benefits in January 1st when the mons drop. It's not like something that's going to be doing something crazy. It's Toucannon at the end of the day. There's some really good early route birds, right? You got Talonflame back in the day when Generation came out. Staraptor's all right as well, type like that. But like besides that, not really.
How about Beak Blast? We haven't talked about Beak Blast. Can we talk
Beak
about
Blast
that move?
Burns on contact before it uses the move is pretty cool. So you go for Beak Blast, and then if they touch you, it's a two-turn move, right? So it's the same turn, but in the beginning of the turn it charges, and at the end of the turn it attacks. So it's like I'm charging my beak or heating up its beak. They touch me with a physical move, they get burnt, and then I Beak Blast them. Type thing. So that's a really cool signature move, but I don't really think there's a lot of application for it.
Oh, you can just click it. Well, what if you have Power Herb? Does it work with that, or is it not?
I have no idea how that. It's been so many generations since I used this mon, and it's.
And I think it's a signature on this thing, right? So I don't think that any other mons have
Never
it.
Never other mons do it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure you can do some Skill Link. I'm sure you can get away with just the fact that you can Terra with it, like some sort of Swords Dance. Bullet Seed.
Flame Charge.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Literally, Flame Charge and then Rock Blast. So, like, no stab. little guy.
Yeah.
You don't have to use Life Orb if you don't want to, but why the hell not, right? Don't give it some
You can
power.
go boots if you want.
Yeah, boots as well. Give it some type of power, and maybe use that as your little PU-ZU wall breaker. That's about it. Like, I'm serious. That's all it's gonna be doing in my opinion.
Endangered species, guys. Endangered species.
Yeah, save it for lower tiers, and that's about
Save
it.
it. Conservation of the
Yep.
of the animal.
Yes. So Alcremie was also there because of the Milkery festival right here. So Alcremie is definitely there. Lower tier Mon, obviously, but a good one, right? I've always thought of this Mon as like it can't be taunted, it can't be put to sleep, which is nice. So Romavale, excuse me. That's better than Sweet Veil in my opinion. Sweet Veil means it can't be put to sleep, which is cool, but there's not a lot of sleep moves anyway in lower tiers anyway, right? But Aroma Veil means it can't be encored, can't be disabled, can't be taunted. So Calm Mind Recover, even with like Draining Kiss, now you can even go Calm Mind Mystical Fire, Draining Kiss like this, and with a Terra. With Terra sounds insane. With Terra actually sounds wild. Like this is actually so good. You don't even
You can't be taunted. You can't be like encored, disabled.
Like I'm thinking about lower tiers. Like, what, you're gonna try and beat this with a steel type? It's not gonna work. I'm just gonna Terra. I can Terra Poison if I want to. Just have neutral. Like neutral everything. Even the other
Stored power sets.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say the Acid Armor stored power sets. Look at this little.
That sounds nasty.
Look at this little Magirna right here. Look at this little Magirna right here. Like legit.
That sounds nasty.
Terra Poison as
with
well,
Terra.
Terra Steel, all potential options. So definitely a scarier lower tier threat as well. That I wouldn't even be surprised if one of us tried to use it in higher tiers just for fun. Because I mean, it does not have bad stats, right? Its HP is bad, but its special defense is nice. They always give these Sperry types really good special defense. Sylveon, Florges, Alcremie. They really just go for that. Then Aromatisse they did whatever with, but
Yeah, they're special.
Thank you. One of my favorite mons coming back, Flygon. I think Flygon gets a lot better on Dragon Dance sets, particularly. Obviously,
Yeah,
Terra,
with Terastallization, you can become a lot stronger, have that coverage that you need to knock out mons with after Dragon Dance. It's really, really good, especially with Levitate, right? Levitate's a really good ability to pair with changing types because it gives you like a automatic immunity to ground.
You could even do Dragon Dance Scale Shot. Like, why not, right? You have the loaded dice, so that's stronger than Dragon Claw, and it's gonna not lock you in like Outrage. And then, like MV said, you can literally Terastallize. I know back in the day what we used to do for this. I keep saying back in the day like it's that long ago, but when Togekiss
Back in my days,
when Togekiss was walling Dragon Dance Flygon, like RU previous generation, it would run Stone Edge for it, but like you would need a lot of extra chip on Togekiss to knock it out even with +1. But now you could do like what's stopping Terra Blast, Electric,
or less Steel.
Yeah, or Steel, Iron Tail. Oh, I don't like using Iron Tail, and like I'm not gonna set up just to go for my 75% accurate move. I hate that sort of thing, unless you're like Focus Blast or something. But that's 70, which is.
Ooh, you could Steel Wing, get a defense boost too. Dragon Dance and defense.
Yeah, nice 90, 70 with 40 PP for no reason whatsoever. What are they doing over there? I do think like Choice Band sets with First Impression get cool. Just Terra Ground is really nice. The reason I like Terra Electric, Terra Blast though is because you love Levitate. So
yeah,
you could obviously run Thunder Punch as well. It's a little bit weaker.
And Electric is just more applicable in higher tiers for like Corviknight and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Exactly. Flyers, basically. Things I wanted to take this. So just not having that. I mean, also you can do like Terra Fire to resist Fairy and then go like Fire Punch as well, still hitting Corviknight. So I think Flygon's one of the mons that can definitely take advantage of Terra the most and also appreciates the loaded dice.
Do you think it gets defog still, or do you think it's gonna come back with defog?
I'm not sure because we have a lot of mons without defog at the moment, right? So if it gets defog, definitely support Roost is still good with U-turn, especially because being able to change its typing, right? Like its typing was good for resisting fire, but I could just become a water type with Levitate or a fairy type and not resist fire but take neutral anyway and not care. Flygon would just be cool. Like a good
another one to respect is Terra Normal Boom Burst Choice Specs.
Yo, you're right. You're absolutely right. Terra Normal Boom Burst. You still have the Flamethrower, the Fire Blast, the Earth Power. Like you have good coverage, and of course you turning around. You could even do, if you want to be cheeky, Terra Bug First Impression U-turns with Earthquake. The Flygon being a bug type that everybody thought it would be.
Ooh, Terra Bug Buzz. Ooh.
No. At least First
we can make it a real bug.
No, let's not and say we did. Sebstrika, any thoughts on this mon? I always thought it was so cool, but just got the short end of the stick.
It is a zebra, so.
Is that really what you... Any thoughts on this mod? It is a zebra.
Yeah, I was just like scrolling through the moves. The
Doesn't get
ones that
anything...
kind of stand out to me is Laser Focus, Ion Deluge,
Why are you using it? Looking at usually useless. Can you scroll up just a little bit higher?
Okay, nice. So yeah, there's some. I mean, it has a pretty decent mixed move pool, right? You got like stuff like overheat, low kick to destroy like certain dark types
I
or rock
used it
types or
with
whatever.
FireMZ for Scarlet and Feral type.
Yeah, I did too. Back in the Z move days.
I just played
Yeah,
Master X, but yeah.
its speed is nice. Its speed is actually really nice. Just being faster than a lot of things. 116, faster than 115, which is really cool. Has access to, of course, volt switch.
They
to
should
be
give
able
it
to switch
bulk
around
up.
and stuff like that.
They should really give it bulk up.
Bulk up on this would be interesting.
Like, it looks just like Bolton. It's just a zebra. Like, just give it bulk up so I can actually do something. I already have to use... I'm already plagued to be a physical electric type, so I have to use stupid wild charge, the damn worst, weakest move in the game. Then I gotta use low kick, which I can't even control the power of, right?
That's true.
And then
that's
as
true.
my fire move, I got flame charge. Obviously, Terra makes a difference on this mon, right? But they don't. It has
Or
no
give it
setup.
Flare Bliss. I feel like Flare Bliss would be like a good move on this mod. I
Yeah,
feel like
make,
it would
this,
learn Flare Bliss.
it would be Rapidash. It'd be faster Rapidash, literally
Look at its
faster Rapidash.
abilities. Its three abilities actually are
Are
immune
really
to,
good. They're all great. Yeah, electric,
Yeah, lightning round, motor
electric,
drive,
and
passive.
grass. Like, they're great abilities. Give it a move pool, damn it.
I think Terra Blast is going to help a lot for this thing, right? Being able to change your typing and actually have the coverage that you need based on the scenario. It doesn't. I mean, its physical attack is base 100, so it's not weak by any means. You could run, a choice band or something too if you wanted, but
It's
yeah,
gonna be like
I
Electro.
don't know.
It's gonna
Yeah.
literally be like so. Electro got banned from, I think, from ZU for the same special attack stat but faster. But like this one actually has a physical attack stat in Katera, so I could see the same thing end up happening when it comes to this mon. Probably one of my favorite mons to be returning right now is Magmortar. Like I love, especially with Terra, I absolutely love fire. Remember when we used Specs? Were you in the video with me when we used Specs Magmortar?
I was definitely in one of the Magmortar videos. I actually had my Magmortar on my one of my old draft teams. It was really good.
It's freaking great, dude. Like this is actually one of the mons that I cannot wait to draft as well and terrestrialize. For those that don't know what draft, if you actually watch this to this part of the video and you have no idea what draft is, just say in the comment section, I got to this part of the video and I have no idea what draft is, because it's cool for me to actually know that people are. It's wild that they're listening at this part. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are listening that do know what draft is. But basically, it's where there is weeks of there's captains, right, or coaches or players. We call them coaches, and they draft Pokemon. Literally, there's a pool of Pokemon, and you pick Pokemon, and those are the Pokemon you use for X amount of weeks to win. So Magmortar is a really cool mon because it's really strong, right? 125. Usually, it's not that fast, but 291 is still decent, especially if it's a random speed tier, right? But it's decent, faster than like Gardevoir, base 80s and things like that, because you're base 83. And like I'm thinking like Terrafire overheats. I drafted Delphox in a previous draft, and I had Fairy and Fire as and also Grass, which I never use, as my Terra types. And the Terrafire overheats insanely strong, and Terra Fairy was really good on that mon too. This mon definitely benefits from that. It can also benefit from Terra Grass, that way it can use Terra Blast. I don't know if it's still going to get Scorching Sands, assuming Scorching Sands come back, but it doesn't necessarily need it because it has Focus Blast. Like, it has Thunderbolt as well. Like, this mon is an insane mon. You want to talk about the physical variant a little bit?
Absolutely, yeah. I actually, in draft, I ran a Belly Drum Magmortar. I think it's really, really strong, especially when you can Terra and
Fighting.
remove weaknesses, or
Yeah.
or just make, because you have priority Mach Punch with this Pokemon, which is, it can be made even stronger if you're like Belly Drum Terra fighting or something even too. I mean, its mixed move pool is phenomenal. I think it has a lot of great coverage. It's a Pokemon that can also Terra Flying, perhaps, if you want to,
Ooh, I like
remove
that. Yeah,
the ground weakness, and
I like
like
that a
just get
lot.
yourself an immunity immediately, and you're running heavy duty boots as well. So I think that could be really cool, because I think Cinderace also sometimes does it too with Terra Flying.
Yeah.
And so Magmortar can actually do it at a more offensive level. I think it could be really cool.
I agree. One of my favorite, one of my favorite monsters to be coming back. Definitely a great fire type. Eggy's kind of like similar to it, but obviously weaker. And I think this also means a Alolan Eggy would be coming back, but I'm not going to talk about that just because I didn't see it in the picture. I'm pretty sure there will be. But I like Eggy a lot. Just Specs is really one of my favorite lower tier breakers. But the problem with Specs is that it doesn't really have a move pool, right? You have Psychic, you have Leaf Storm, and then from there, your special move pool is done. Maybe if you want to hit grass types as well, you can do like Sludge too, but you hit them with Psychic for the most part. But like, bam, Terra, right? Terra fixes that completely. Just give it a nice little stab, fire move, or ground, or you don't really need ground, but I think fire. would actually be big for this. Is there any set that you think in particular would work best with Terra? Like, would you like a chlorophyll setup set? Like, the lower tier Sun obviously could be cool.
So yeah,
could be cool too, I guess. Kama and Giga Drain with Terra.
Yeah, offensively, this Pokemon is really cool with its offensive stat. It can do pretty well with Terra, just giving you coverage or whatever you need. But one of my favorite things to run with Executor is a Harvest set. One of the most annoying sets you can possibly run with it is like sub Leech Seed into like Protect and like so literally sub Leech Protect Extra Sensory or something like that is pretty much, and you use Terra basically defensively so that you can just continuously set up
for the PP, right?
Which one?
You have extra sensory for the PP over like Psychic?
Yeah, exactly. And also like it has flinch chance. Yeah, so I like to run like as much speed as possible. Speed, HP, and like 4 into special attack or whatever. Yeah. And yeah, like basically it's just so annoying to be able to break through because think about it like this, right? Recovery was nerfed in terms of recover, all that kind of stuff, rest, things like that, losing its PP, but with Leech Seed and Harvest restoring your berry always and then healing you up and Protect to give you more harvest chances and then sub, it's extremely difficult to break through.
Yeah, Arboliva can do it, but Extra Sensory I think
does it way better.
Yeah, I like the way this does it. Again, another sick mon that not only benefits itself but also Ambipom getting tail slap back, but Cincino, however you want to say it. This mon, I think it might get tidy up. Dude.
If it's tidy up, that is gonna be amazing. Way better than Furret, right?
Yeah, legit. Because you can obviously use tidy up plus skill link or
Technician loaded dice.
Or exactly.
Technician loaded dice.
Literally, I was thinking the same thing. Technician loaded dice. So let's go tail slap, right? You got your tail slap, you got your rock blast, you got your bullet seed, right? Or you want something that can deal with Golden Go. It does learn knockoff as well, but that's if you're using it in higher tiers, right? I feel like Mouse Hold.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna retain Triple Axle.
Yeah, I don't. However, when you compare it to Mouse Hold, it's actually stronger, dude.
It gets knocked off, I think.
Yeah, it does. Look, it's stronger than Mouse Hold. It actually has better stats than Mouse Hold all around. Like, it says HP is... actually, no. Mouse Hold's better defenses. But better speed and better attack. Like, a huge difference in attack, right? Yeah. This Mon is 2 KOing Mons with 249. This guy has 300 almost. So... assuming it does get tidy up. I don't know if they do that, though, because they don't want to get rid of Mouse Hold's whole thing. Of course, though, it's usually VGC based, and Mouse Hold also has, like, Friend Guard and stuff like that, so I don't think that...
What do you mean Mouse Hold's whole thing?
Like, they don't want to get rid of a Pokemon that just came out this generation's niche, in my opinion. But
tidy up?
Yeah, tidy... Oh,
they gave it to Furret.
Yeah, and that you're right, that completely overthrown Mouse Hold. That Furrets are everywhere in OU, just tidying up. I do think lower tier.
All I know is, bro, this Mon has a tail that will clean up. So you better make sure you make a big enough mess because this is gonna tidy up for you.
Yeah, he ain't wrong. I don't know. Cool Mon.
Protective Pads is another option, of course, overloaded dice.
Whatever. I'm gonna use Bullet Seeds and Rock Blast anyway. I recorded this Mon with Blunder, and we used Terra Grass and Grassy Terrain Bullet Seed, and it was insanely strong.
Oh, nice.
We did a national dex the other day because we were just feeling like Cincino. So
yeah,
Mon was nasty. I'm excited. Definitely one of the Mons I'm gonna record with as well. Vileplume, I mean, I plan on recording with every Mon that comes back, right? Like, what we doing? I'm still recording with Mons that came back to this day from the first DLC. But we got Vileplume here. Typically just your lower tier Strem Sap, Sludge Bomb, defensive Effect Spore Mon that's supposed to be the end all be all to opposing ground types and fighters and things like that. So that's usually what this Mon does. Maybe a Rocky Helmet, Black Sludge, leftovers. You probably run leftovers over Black Sludge now just because you're going to tear out of your type. I will say, like, sometimes you run Growth as the last move. Growth can still be incredibly deadly even with this moveset, because even though if you're not hitting them for super effective damage, like if you can change out of your own type, become a fire type, for instance, or become a steel type, or anything to help deal with Vileplume's weaknesses, right? So steel will resist the psychic and the flying, fire will resist the fire. So they're all potential options for this Mon. Again, just a nice little setup Mon. I think it'll be cool for lower tier. A little defensive.
Yep, I like it.
Not really anything crazy about this Mon, but it'll be fun. But we saw this because we saw Oddish, by the way, which means Blossom is coming back. What do you think about the Quiver Dance Blossom, bro? I feel like it's gonna be as scary as it is in Rambats sometimes, right?
I think it's gonna be really scary in Rambats, but yeah, like with Terra and stuff like that, to remove your weakness or give yourself the typing to knock out other Mons, Quiver Dance actually is, even with a base 50 speed, it's pretty scary because this Mon is relatively bulky. You can make this thing pretty bulky. And it does have, of course, access to Strength Sap, so you can Quiver Dance, Strength Sap, plus Grass Move and Terra Blast something.
Yeah, this
I think
should definitely
would
be a Terra
be
Captain.
quite good.
We should allow this as a Terra Captain because it's so slow. But it'd be really funny to see Blossom sweeping people every week.
I think so.
I think it legitimately should be.
Yeah.
We just make it a higher tier point. It just because of points, right? Like it'd be
100%.
like literally like 7 or 8. Like I'm so serious. Just because of Quiver, like specifically because Strength Sap.
I mean, yeah,
Quiver,
we
Terra
put
Blast.
Torterra. We put Torterra.
At
And
9.
we allowed it to be terrible. Yeah, not
So
allowed it to
it
be
was
terrible.
not terrible. It would definitely allow it just to be terrible.
No,
Yeah,
definitely the
terrible.
opposite of terrible.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely a little fun lower tier mon. Healer is really interesting. Wish it did.
Ooh,
It's really trash, honestly. I wish I had a better ability.
terrible.
Yeah. Give it.
That's terrible.
Why don't you have Dancer? Maybe they'll give it Dancer back. Maybe they'll give it Dancer now.
Ooh, another ability for this mon would be so cool.
Literally, Dancer would be sick too.
It should be because it's like a dancing Pokemon.
It literally has a little. It's
little dance, little flower dance.
yeah, legit. We also saw Rampardos. So Rampardos was the other mon. Envy actually pointed it out. He actually pointed out a bunch of other things to me that I'm not sure what they are, so I didn't bother putting them here. But Rampardos is nice because it means the return of fossil Pokemon, which is awesome. I love fossil Pokemon. I missed
He is
out
a
on a lot
fossil.
of- Okay, you're older than me, first off, so don't you better calm down with that, Grandpa. Secondly, little nuke in the lower tier. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I would hope they give it close combat, just so I could just Terra fight CC.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, Terra Fight CC, or even like Trick Room Terra Rock.
Yeah, Sheer Force. I would do
It
Sheer
sounds
Force.
so strong. I feel like you can
Rock
tweak
Slide.
your resists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we can actually, we'll run a calculator. But like with Sheer Force, Life Orb, with Terra Rock specifically, you don't have to like, Rock Slide's very strong with Sheer Force and Life Orb, right?
Yeah,
but obviously,
it is.
Head Smash is insane. But with Terra Rock, you don't need Head Smash when you got Rock Slide. It's basically, it's insanely strong in itself. And it already had a good move pool, like in terms of like touching other Pokemon.
I love running like Rock Slide, Ice Beam, Fire Blast, or
Oh
Fire
yeah,
Move,
little
like,
mix, nice little mix to hit Landorus and stuff like that.
Literally.
Though if you Terra Rock, who can, you just 2 KOing them.
You do at that point, yeah.
But definitely a fun fossil. We can assume that also means Bastiodon will be coming back, but because we didn't see it, I'm not going to bother talking about it there. But let's talk about a little bit more news that they gave us too. So I'll talk about a few other things before we actually get into the legendary Pokemon that are confirmed returning. But new information about Blueberry Academy's League Club. Complete some BBQs. So they're not
barbecue.
barbecues. No, they're not, unfortunately. They're not. But life at the academy, it's basically quests. They're basically like little. I like that. I like that they have little missions and stuff. Kind of reminds me of Legend Arceus or literally any other game. BBQs are assigned one students by the school, and completing them will earn you Blueberry points or BP. Currency used at the academy. You can use BP in places such as a school cafeteria or a store, but that's not all. After joining the League Club, you'll be able to use BP to do things like add features to the club room or invite other trainers you know to the academy. What's more, you'll be able to take on group quests with your friends, which may task you with things like searching for Ditto that have transformed to blocks and hidden themselves around the terrain. Just little fun mini games. Have fun with your friends, play. I thought this was cool. Little Ditto right here. Imagine getting a new Ditto form. This one's also pretty cool. After you talk with special coaches a few times, they'll offer to trade a Pokemon with you. The Pokemon they trade you will have a ribbon appearing for the first time in the DLC, the partner ribbon. If you have a Pokemon wear this ribbon, it will be bestowed with the title containing the mod of the original trade that was displayed when the Pokemon sent out. Basically, Cerebi was tweeting about how like they could also do this with like champion Pokemon, right? Like Go, Wolf's Incineroar was like the little example they did. Or like if, someone wins Worlds and they end up giving, let's say they win Worlds and their signature Mon was Gastrodon. It would be like Envy's Gastrodon. So everybody would be able to use that event. It would literally say the title because it says Iono right here, Go Iono's Magnite. I think this is a really cool part for actually battles and draft, and this is just aesthetics. But one of my favorite things about Generation 4 was the ability to customize the Pokeballs. I thought that was really cool, right? When you send out the Pokemon online. So,
yeah, especially when like you have like those little stickers you put on the ball, and then you can spell a word.
Exactly. Now, if you donate BP to Blueberry Academy's baseball club, you can. If you sponsor the baseball club, you can change how you throw your Pokeballs. There are many throwing styles to learn. Find your favorite and spice up your Pokemon battles. I like this. Right, left-handed style, Reverend style, Danny style, Smug, Elegant. So I assume this is Smug right here. This is just gonna be fun, right? I'll change my style every single time I do a draft league game.
Ooh,
just so
the
people
ULMV style is gonna be Smug for sure.
That'd be fire. But yeah, so that's a really cool little option. Other things, and again, we're gonna get into the legendary Pokemon in a sec. But they also have a Shining Lucario mystery gift event, so that's cool for some people that want that. Level 75 Flash Cannon, Aura Sphere, Bullets, Punch, Ice Punch, Terra Steel. I wish it was Terra Normal, but you could change. Maybe change it yourself if you can. I don't remember if you can change Terra types in the game. How to claim a mystery gift. Actually, you can. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah. So it's just a little event, and you get a Master Ball and catch a Legendary Rare to celebrate the appearance of the legendary Pokemon hidden area, and we'll talk about the legendaries in a second. Trainers will be given a chance to claim a Master Ball, so yeah, you get a Master Ball as well to claim to get more Pokemon too. So these are the mystery gifts. They will be having Palkia and Dialga raid battles and receive a Darkrai via mystery gift. So that's a nice little way to get Darkrai as well in the game if you hadn't had it in the past and can't bring it in. But they're gonna have these two, Palkia and Dialga, in raids, and then after that, at the Mythical Darkrai. Now Thursday, December 21st, a period that includes the last new moon of 2023. Thank you for including that. You'll be able to receive the mythical Pokemon Darkrai, which cannot be normally encountered in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. It said that Darkrai is active during nights of a new moon and that it can lull people to sleep. Yeah, it can't because Dark Void sucks. But anyway, another mystery gift as well. Darkrai, you think it could be OU?
Darkrai is interesting because stat-wise, it's really, really good. With Terra, it's really, really good. However, I think this mon, with its infinite coverage and setup opportunity, becomes quite good.
Do you think it actually has a lot of setup opportunity in OU?
I think so. This mon can be it can be made to be bulky, and it's actually really fast. It's a base 125 speed. That means
383.
383. Yes, 383.
I think it's actually a little bit weaker than you're giving a little credit for, just because it's 125 special attack. Dark Pulse is only 80, right? It has amazing coverage, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, etc., etc. But I think that with Boost Energy, Dragon Ball being faster, things like that, I think it can at least have a legitimate test. I don't feel like
you're gonna tell me Glitskor is gonna get banned and Darkrai is gonna be allowed. I can't see a world where that is ever possible.
I mean, we played in a world with Zamazenta and OU. We played in a world with Kyurem Black and OU for a bit. We're playing in a generation where power creep has flipped everything on its head. Even Genocide. This might be the generation
Zamazenta
for
still
Genocide.
in OU, right?
Say who?
Zamazenta is still in OU, right?
It is. It is still in OU, correct.
I haven't played that in a minute.
OU?
Yeah, I haven't played OU in a minute. I did
yeah, you've been doing draft
yeah. I just recorded a new video actually.
Yeah, lower tiers are fun. Lower tiers are very fun.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I mean, we'll be playing a ton of OU with this, either way.
Yeah, it's
but
a good mon.
This is the big thing. So this is the news they want to talk about. Actually, let's before we leave the legendary Pokemon news. For some reason they told us that legendary Pokemon Ogerpon. I have no idea why they told us this on the 7th. We knew this. I have no idea why this was actually out.
Wow, I didn't know about that Pokemon. That's so
the legendary
cool.
Pokemon has several masks that allow to change its appearance. Like, I guess this is their official statement on this mon. Like, December 7th, better late than never.
We'd like to make it clear that Ogerpon can indeed change its forms with the mask that it wears.
I will also note there's a tree that probably has something to do with Terra in it in Area 0. It's been undiscovered. Not really much else. Probably has to do with Terrapagus, which is cool. And another thing.
What if the tree is actually a part of the Terrapagos fusion and it becomes Triapagos?
Ooh.
Isn't that interesting?
Thank you for that, Envy.
Oh, that could be really cool. Like, it fuses with the tree and all of a sudden the tree just like, there's like giant feet that come out of the tree and it just stomps.
Just stop. Just stop. Also, you can fly wherever you want with your legendary, so that's cool. I guess it's better than gliding, which is what you have now. So this is, yeah.
Oh, so they actually like learn how to use their wings.
Yeah, like legitimately. So that'll be something that's cool. So this is a big thing. During your adventures in the hidden area, Treasure Zero, whatever, Treasure Area 0, Indigo, you'll encounter certain legendary Pokemon throughout their series. If you find one, you'll be able to battle it and add it to your team. In order to encounter these legendary Pokemon, first talk to Snacksworth at Blueberry Academy. If you met certain conditions, you'll be able to get snacks from Snackworth that let you encounter specific legendary Pokemon back in the Paldea region. Snackworth will share his extensive knowledge of these legendary Pokemon with you, as well as tales of his heroic encounters with them. Why not listen to what he has to say? So these will be the static encounters, I'm assuming, because you talk to him. And that's kind of what we talked about in a leaks video. And now we're actually going to be talking about it officially now. We'll be going through a couple minutes per Pokemon. And then, yeah. So the rest of this video will be us talking about the legendary Pokemon that were confirmed in that video itself, and that they'll be coming back. So, of course, we have the beasts, dogs, whatever you want to call them. Suicune, my favorite Pokemon of all time, Entei, and Raikou. Assuming Suicune still has access to Scald Envy, I think the Subcom Mine Protect Suicune is going to be even deadlier than before, bro. A limited amount of recovery, right? So limited roosts, limited recovers, which means you can deal with it. And the fact that you can Terra with this mon. What are your initial reactions to Suicune?
So, Suicune is a Pokemon that I think is one of my more favorite of the three. I think Raikou's kind of up there as well, but Suicune is really cool. I enjoy personally using this mon for sub CM, and I think that's a really solid way of doing that.
Everybody hates fighting that set. Everybody loves using that set.
I know, exactly, exactly. It also has, of course, the classic Combine Rest Sleep Talk set that it
Yep.
can run, and as well as some other ones. I enjoyed actually. I think the most recent Suicune one I did, which was last gen, was like an agility weakness policy Suicune. Really, it can be used offensively.
Yeah,
As well,
my
which is cool.
favorite last gen was Curse Extreme Speed, Ice Fang,
Yeah.
something like that. I beat like Curums and Latias.
Yeah,
Whatever.
AV sets are really cool too with Mirror Coat.
Mm.
I think this mon's really bulky, so it can sponge hits and it can do some really cool Mirror Coat stuff as well.
But the glue is gonna be the glue is gonna be this, right? The glue is literally gonna be this Subcom Mind.
Yeah, that's the 100% the glue. Or even you don't even need Protect if you don't want to. Protect's great, but you could also have like Ice Beam or something.
Or even
like
Terra Blast
glue.
to hit grass types.
Terra Blast, yep, exactly. Now with
Terra-
Terastallization,
yeah,
this mon
like
actually
literally.
can become really annoying.
The fact that like you can probably beat Dozo if you become a grass type in front of it, because you're if you burn Dozo, right? If Dozo's mono water, you'll probably beat it 1v1 because you'll just stall it out of the water moves.
Yeah.
Period. Right? You'll stall out of its attacks. And so I think Suicune's going to become one of the more annoying mons to beat, especially because Toxapex is not as it might be OU, but it's like not that relevant when it comes
I think
to
Electric is really cool. It becomes Rotom Wash, Scald, like water electric.
Yeah, it literally does. Also being able to set up on that pretty easily. Like Electric is so nice because you only have one weakness, and I mean while that weakness is ground, you threaten it offensively with your water typing, and also if it still has access to Scald, that 30% chance to burn is over, right? Suicune literally takes on, and you might be thinking, well, it's a Rillaboom metagame, guys. It was a Tapu Bulu metagame where Suicune was wreaking havoc. All it does is sub. You come in and you give it grassy terrain and leftovers. It burns you once and then it subs repeatedly and beats you. So definitely one of the more annoying mons, especially with Terra. I think Fairy is also another option it can become because water types want to become Fairy types. Fairy types want to become water types. Like those are when you become defensive, and like Poison as well for avoiding Toxic. I think is pretty cool too. You stall out Toxapex. You stall out Toxapex and you don't even have to be behind a sub. You can literally just Calm Mind forever in front of Pex. Stall out his hazes. It doesn't have Scald, so Pex can't Scald you, and you Terra Poison, and you can't be poisoned. So like there's Pex doesn't even have knockoff. Like this is like Suicune already beat Pex before. It just took patience and time, but now beats it earlier.
Did you know that actually Suicune is a cat?
It's a dog to me, but thank you.
It's a leopard.
It's actually a dog to me. Thank you though. To me, it's a dog. It's my favorite. It's my dog. All right, we got Entei right here. I don't know if it's gonna have access to some of its moves, right? I don't know if it's still gonna have access to Sacred Fire. I have no idea how, like, if that was an event move or not. I don't remember. Like, I remember getting it from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I don't remember if it actually was something in its move pool. I think it was actually its level 1 move pool. Let me check real quick. So according to this, Suicune, Entei actually gets Sacred Fire and Extreme Speed as level up moves. So that's perfect. So it should still have access to that. Well, I do think that, like, with Inner Focus, being able to ignore Intimidate is nice. And obviously you can do the Sacred Fire, have a 50% chance to burn or 100% chance to miss if you're anybody. And I also don't think they're going to give this mon Earthquake again, ever. Maybe they will. What do you think? Do you think they'll give it Earthquake?
I don't know. This mon has had a lot of trouble shaking the ground.
Yeah,
and,
it really has.
Typhlosion can do it because Typhlosion is known as the volcano Pokemon, so it can create earthquakes.
Yeah, and I'm sure Entei freaking erupting and doing all that crap anyway can't do it. Whatever, man. Either way, I think one of the sets that actually gets a lot better, and I mentioned this in the leak video stream, was the Calm Mind Lava Plume set. So Sub Calm Mind gets a lot better because it finally has coverage. Like it actually, and also, I mean, everybody forgets that this mon has pressure too, right? You don't really, it's not as active. Like this mon, Sub Calm Mind was already set. It did it back in NU back in the day, but you can just like 405 HP. You don't have to do that. So just rehab it, get your speed maybe to beat specific threats, and then you can figure out your EVs from there. This was just so Seism Toss doesn't break you.
Yeah, correct.
So. And also a leftovers number as well. Not leftovers, but a stealth arc number because it's 405 for Entei. Just odd, but yeah. Anyway, being able to have Terra Blast, right? Terra Blast Electric, Terra Blast Grass. Like it used to run Hidden Power, maybe Ice, maybe Grass back in the day, but it's not Stab. It doesn't change Entei's type, so Water types can still break it. But in this case, it's really bulky, right? 115 HP is really bulky. 115, 85, 75 is pretty freaking bulky. It's pretty freaking bulky with this mon. And just the ability to burn physical attackers as well, and then it's going to be boosting its special attack. I think this will be a little bit scary of a lower tier sweeper, and I think you can adjust.
I actually really like Terra Dragon.
I was thinking Fairy.
Terra Dragon seems so cool.
Well, are you already doing Paradox Entei because it's most likely going to be part Dragon and Fire?
Yeah, well, also listen, you know, the amount of resistances that you have with Dragon is just, I think, really, really good. Like, think about it, right? You Terra Dragon, and all of a sudden,
fairies
And you have the fire
steals.
exactly for the steals. Exactly. What do you think?
I mean, you do gain a resistance to grass. You still resist fire, and you
Yep.
resist electric.
And water.
You resist water.
Mm-hmm.
I could see the viability in it.
Yep.
Dragon fire is not bad. I mean, look at Reshiram. Don't look at Reshiram in the sense of Ubers.
Yeah, I was about to say Turtonator, but Reshiram's a good one
Don't
to
look
look
at
at.
Reshiram in the sense of Ubers, because Reshiram has not been a great Uber for a while now. But look at it offensively as its dual, like, only fairy water, like Azu. So maybe Terra Dragon actually has that might be a
I
good
think it's
call.
really cool, and you don't become like weak to steel, which is really nice.
It's
as
not
well.
it's not that there are a lot of physical fairies as well that run around. So, and then who cares about Dragon? You Terra blast them back, right? I'll let you beat them. Yeah, I can see Terra Dragon. Yep, good call.
Nice.
And then lastly, we have Raikou. Now, do you think Raikou is going to get the what's it called? The skull
Signature move
and
of
everything, or like let's look.
Well,
at,
I think it's good. Actually, I don't think it's
it
gonna get
gets
Scald when it
E-Speed
comes
into
back.
level up. It gets E-Speed into level up. Scald is, I believe, a TM for Raikou, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, actually,
It's a technical record. It's a technical record. Orsphere is a technical record, so it probably gets that. Scald is also a technical record for it, so maybe you'll get that. Who knows? But obviously, Calm Mind Raikou just gets better. We already seen what Jolteon did in NU, right? Jolteon was tearing up NU with Bolt Beam. Raikou can set up on Jolteon with its base 100 special defense, base 90 HP, and Calm Mind. Or you can become Rotom Wash, as Envy was saying earlier, assuming you still have this, right? Terra Water.
You can make them all Rotom Wash.
Yeah, literally, make them all Rotom Wash, except for Entei. But yeah, make Raikou and Suicune Rotom Wash. Why the hell not? I think offensively, Raikou's going to be nice. It's definitely had times where it was good in OU as well. It has a good speed tier. As well. Like,
Really good speed tier.
it's
No,
115.
it's great. And I think Terra, like being able to Terra with this Mon opens up a lot of doors, a lot of possibilities, you know, just giving your coverage and all kinds of things. I think with Calm Mind, it's just really good. And or even like Specs, Scarf, stuff like that is just it's solid for any kind of team offensively.
Agreed. Specs is going to be cool. Bolt Beam, obviously, if you want to go with that. I think the Lottie twins, we'll kind of talk about them both at once, but
These are
Terra,
some of your favorites, aren't they?
they literally are. It goes Suicune.
Which one is
Latios,
more of your
Latias.
favorite, Latios or Latias?
I like them both. I go back and forth between second and third. I really do. Even though people probably think of Latios more with me than Latias.
You saw the movie, right? The Pokemon movie?
It's my favorite. Pokemon Heroes is my favorite movie, bro.
Why is it because Latias kissed Ash?
No,
Is that were you pretending it was you?
that's really weird. But no, it was not at all because of that. It's because I really, first off, I thought every Mon looked cool in that movie. Like that movie made Ariados look like a G. All right, that movie legitimately made Ariados look so.
That's true.
Cool.
It was like spinning around and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude was doing crazy. Kabutops looked sick in that movie too. Crobat looked cool. Like that
That
movie
was like
fun.
a possessed fossil, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like it was like a resurrected some crap. It was like
Yeah,
it wasn't real.
yeah.
But that movie, like all the Mons look cool. I love the Lotties. I love I love Venice as well. I'm part Italian, if you didn't know.
Oh yeah, true. You haven't been though, but
I have not been. Yes, but for good reason. But anyway, Latios Lottie. There's rumors about Pursuit coming back. I doubt it. But if Pursuit,
If that actually comes back, that's gonna be a huge game changer. But it's unconfirmed.
you know, if Pursuit comes back, it's actually a pseudo buff for Latios and Latias. Because the only reason they're not good in the last generation, even though they got Mystical Fire and Aura Sphere, is because the
Terra, right?
It's not just Terra, but like Dragapult was incredible last gen. Same thing with Blacephalon, right? Because they were unchecked because of Pursuit. Pursuit nukes both of them, right?
Yep.
Whereas Latios and Latias would have the ability to actually beat Tyranitar and Bisharp and King Gambit via Aura Sphere or via, and they can actually benefit from it. Whereas Dragapult, if it terras just to survive. Latios, if it terras to gain the buff on Aura Sphere, or it terras to boost its versatility, like Terra Electric, right? With Levitate, 0 weaknesses, right? They both become Electros type of thing, right? And now you can use Calm Mind, Bolt Beam, and have Stab on it. So it would actually be a slight buff for Lottie to have Pursuit, just because competition-wise, it would be killing the faster Mons that already threaten Lottie. Like I hope this logic kind of makes sense. Or at least I see it that way, right? You're threatening the faster Mons in the tier that actually threaten you, besides like Vow and stuff. Like you're threatening.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense. My logic is that Pursuit comes back in the game. Sure, you could try to trap whatever, but then you just it's more of an incentive to utilize Terra, and Terra can actually avoid getting trapped. And you click Pursuit, all of a sudden it's not effective as much or whatever, and you get destroyed.
Yeah,
so it's
these
gonna
two
be
have
those kind of mind games.
yeah, these two have recovery. Dragapult doesn't. Right, Dragapult's terrestrializing just to survive and probably still take 50-60%, especially if it's Choice Mantar, which has knockoff too, wins the 50-50, at least Lottie can live.
Oh yeah. We'll see. We'll see like if it's Pursuit T-Tar versus Dragapult. We'll see that nice Terra fighting Terra Blast Dragapult.
Yeah, doing 96% and
Like
still
I don't want to get Pursuit. I'm gonna stay in.
And taking 80%. Now Dragapult's made itself even weaker to everything. Like let me spin
Choice
on
band. Choice band.
Yeah, let me go and spin on that with Great Tusk, easy. But like I don't know, there's just like I'm just saying I think it buffs these guys more than it hurts these guys.
That's true. No, I agree.
Just because of the recovery and what they can actually do and the move pool they already own with it, right? Without having to give up a slot. But I think both of them would be nasty. I think this might be the generation where they actually get to be an OU as well, at least used a little bit more than before, right? Not UU, UUBL. Lottie's typically a UU-mon. Still very good. Latias. I'm sorry, I said Lottie like I wasn't. Latias is typically a UU-mon.
Both Lotties.
Yeah. I could definitely see both of them dropping, obviously, but I do think this does have potential. I guess even if Pursuit isn't in the game, which I'm fine without Pursuit. I like Pursuit. I like being able to. They hate coding that crap though. They always mess up with that. But
yeah,
maybe it'll be different now because Terra doesn't mess with it as much as Dynamax would mess with it, right? Like if you switch out your big, would it do damage on the double HP or would it do damage on the middle HP type of thing? Or the Acid Rain back in Gen 4. They always had issues with Pursuit. It used to disconnect you back in Black and White, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Like at times early on. Same thing with Toxicroak being activated on Gliscor early. So there's a lot that they had problems with that. So maybe they'll actually code it back in this because I know it doesn't freaking matter to them at all. But I like both Lotties. I think both of them are going to be nasty. I think Terra
Psychic. Both of them are going to be great.
Terra Psychic. The specs calcs, you 2 KO Corvi, you 2 KO Golden Go, your 2 KO Glow King, max, like max special defense. So like, pretty cool. And it's not like you're super punished. You still have Aura Sphere as well for Gambit and things like that. Mystical Fires, so assuming they both get these.
Yeah.
Very, very strong mons that'll be coming back. The Combine
like
Store
Power Sets.
Yeah, exactly.
Just at the same time we said it.
Exactly.
Nice.
Let them know, Envy. Let them know what set you'd be running on Latios.
Oh man, if it's like Combine Stored Power or whatever, I'm gonna just Terra Poison and have fun, bro. Not get toxic, not get any kind of
Yeah, literally. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Like, you don't have to use that garbage Combine Refresh set on Lottie, which was trash. Where you're doing, like, Latias would try and use Combine Refresh, and then we would do like 25% with Tyranitar. Sometimes you use Combine Reflect, do like 25% Tyranitar, switch out, take 60 from Pursuit. Now forget that. Now, a Combine, Combine Terra Poison? Ooh. You also have the Levitate for that, and you have the Combine to help you with the Psychic moves. So, really cool. Yeah, Lottie's going to be, both of them sound like they could be really, really strong in this. So other mons we did see coming back, Ho-Oh and Lugia. Ho-Oh is going to be a huge game changer for the Ubers tier. No longer will Fluttermane be number one. Not number one, but no, I think Fluttermane use is going to fall off a bit. Regen Ho-Oh is absolutely nasty. Obviously, having Roost as well is pretty big too, but like just heavy-duty boots in general for Ho-Oh. The fact that your Fire Flying typing actually helps you check things naturally, but you can also Terrasilize out of your 4 times weak to Rock typing is so nasty. Dude, Ho-Oh's so freaking bulky. It's so stupid bulky on the special side. This mon be eating. This mon will
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it can even tank a Power Gem like from Fluttermane.
Easily. Special attack boosted too. Easily.
And then get Oko back by like Sacred Fire or something.
Yep, Sacred Fire, Brave Bird, Thunder Wave, which is what Ho-Oh does. A lot of Ho-Oh sets back in the day were like just with regen, right? With they would run Brave Bird, Sacred Fire, Thunder Wave, EQ, or Whirlwind. Like they wouldn't even run Roost on some of the sets at points. So this is a mon that can definitely just come in, tank the hit. Choice Band as well looks crazy with Terrafly. Terrafly, Adamant Choice Band. Kill.
It looks really good, yeah.
I Terra Ground.
I mean, you can even run like AV and just Terra immediately if this is like your
Terra,
and then just be extremely bulky.
Bro, I mean, look at this. Tell me what's Koraidon doing to this? What's Koraidon doing to this? 447, 416. What you doing to me, Koraidon? I meant Miraidon, by the way. Miraidon. But what's Miraidon doing to this? I don't even go damn. We're doing that. I can Terra Ground. Maybe not Terra Ground, but maybe a type that can deal with
Terra Ground's not bad. I mean, for like the electric moves, it's really not bad. I can see that. I can see Terra
Grass could also work for, but I don't like being weak to U-turn or Flare Blitz from Koraidon.
No, like Terra, bro, like regenerating Fairy. Like,
like literally regenerating Spadef Fairy. So you can't be Draco. You eat the hit. I'll literally bring this plus a ground type. I will throw this thing in on Miraidon as I'm a Fairy type, and then switch out after I've taken my 45% from the electric move, just cause that's probably Specs too. Specs probably does like 54. I need to run a damage calc on this because we need to see how much damage this does. So here's damage calc with Terrafly. Okay, it'll do 1.5 times less.
I want to see.
This is fine. This is Specs Electro Drift. I bring it in with Spadef. I'm Terra Fairy. I will add the AV for you. There you go. 37 to 44. Crazy. Actually crazy. And it's actually this is actually viable too, because once you terrestrialize immediately, and this would obviously be you would be committing to this. But obviously also Terra Grass is cool too, because that also lets you check the Kyogres and stuff like that. Overheat is barely 2KOing. Draco doing nothing to you as well, never 2KOing you. So another crazy mon. What do you think about the Lugia aspects?
Ooh, one of my favorite mons. One of my favorite mons of all time, the Lugia. Ooh, I like this mon a lot. I wish we actually got Shadow Lugia, coming back to this game for us, but unfortunately it's just regular. I still like regular Lugia a lot. But yeah, multi-scale, really, really bulky. Being able to Terra with this actually can be quite scary. And this mon is really bulky. I kind of see it as the stuff that Lottie can do, but like way bulkier in terms of like store power. I don't think it can store power, right? Or can it? I forgot.
Let's see.
But like bulky calm mines, I think is what it can do.
It cannot.
Doesn't get it, right?
Nope. It can definitely calm mine.
Yeah, bulky calm mines are really good for it.
Pride doesn't have toxic, but can definitely thunder wave.
It can spam thunder waves. It has, I think, roar, or
Whirlwind.
wind or whatever. It can just like shuffle mons and do all kinds of stuff like that. I do think that this mon has a lot of value as calm mind. I like to see the bulk of these kind of mons, and just I feel like it's just like a whole nother level of, I don't know, Cresselia, I guess, because of the multi-scale.
Nice Koraidon answer, right? You resist the fighting in, you'll tank the dragon move. If you become fairy as well, like the only thing they can do is flare blitz you, which if you're Fizz Death, you'll eat 130, 106. You also have multi-scale.
You're really fast too, base 110. I mean, you hit 350, which is, something to note there. This mon is really fast. A lot of Ubers are like mid-speed tier, like Groudon, Rayquaza, all that kind of mons that are like,
yeah, you're faster.
They're like
you're a good check
90s,
for both of them as well.
100s. You're faster, You're faster than Palafin. You're faster than, a lot of other stuff. I think this mon can actually be like a good check to a lot of things.
I do think of in the same regard though. Like the next mon next to it kind of makes it kind of scary to use. Like Zekrom is going to be an actual good Uber because it can Dragon Dance up, right? And then just Terra and then Dragon Dance again. So I think like you're not going to be able to check it the same way you normally would with like Fluttermane being speed boosting type of thing, because he just Dragon Dance up twice.
Yeah,
with Zekrom.
You have pressure, so you can do like some sub pressure stuff with this mon, pressure stall things, or you could even like multi-scale is really good for just survivability.
I like Lugia. There's a few things that people want Lugia back in OU. I'm like, or in OU.
Aeroblast Psycho Boost.
All right, moving on to Zekrom. So Zekrom and by extension Kyurem Black and Kyurem White. Kyurem White. I'm just gonna say Kyurem White. Kyurem White Ubers, right? Nothing. There's nothing you can do about that. It's Kyurem. It's super Kyurem. All right, let's look at this guy real quick. Kyurem White is super Kyurem, right? 170, freeze dry, ice beam. There's no denying this mon. It's Ubers, right? And then let's look at Kyurem Black as well. Same thing, Ubers, right? Just the fact that you can Dragon Dance up now, and then Icicle Spear was your best bet, but now you can do that with loaded dice, okay? So now you actually have a super strong move. You have your Fusion Bolt as well, and then whatever your last move is, doesn't really matter. You can even Terra Ground, Terra Blast. Another great Uber. Terra Steel to resist Moonblast, to resist Dragon. Great Uber. Super Uber, no problem. So Zekrom, again, another one that's just going to straight up be Uber. Dragon Dance Zekrom, bulky. You can even do leftovers, right? And then you just run your resisted typing. What stops Dragon Dance? Even like Home Claws, Scale Shot.
Get the accuracy boost?
Yeah, Home Claws Scale Shot with loaded dice as well is an option too.
So then you won't miss your scale shots.
Yeah, exactly. You won't miss Scale Shot, and honestly, dude, even though you're lowering defenses, you can literally run something like this because
this is a really good set.
You run bulky, you run enough attack for 1 billion damage, enough speed to be fast and like.
Like I said, enough attack for 1 billion damage. Just put 252.
Yeah, enough speed for like maybe Fluttermane at +2. I'm just like throwing random numbers.
Yeah.
Right, so at +2. If you even can, but you don't even need to because you just run a Terra type that resists. But obviously, Dragon Dance Scale Shot I think can do the exact same thing. I think Dragon Dance can run Scale Shot, and then you run your whatever. You can still run Roost if you really want to, or whatever.
This one is a threat. This one is a huge threat. I'm picking this up in Draft League for sure.
In Ubers, if there was an Uber Draft League, we're not allowing this.
No, the next one.
It's not going to be allowed. Are you insane? Get the hell out of here. Reshiram. It's always hard for me to think about. I will say that this metagame might be better for it clicking specs moves.
I think, here's what I'm looking at it as. I'm looking at it as a mon that, it doesn't have the best setup, right? I feel like, I don't remember this mon ever setting up with anything.
No, it was just clicking.
Does it get any setup move?
No. It doesn't. It
Doesn't
doesn't.
get any moves. From the looks of it. Any
No setup, no calm.
I guess Dragon Dance.
Yeah, okay. Dragon Dance base 120. I guess that's not bad.
120.
Look, if you're gonna use this mon for Dragon Dance, use Zekrom. Like, period.
No, you get Dragon Dance with fire though.
Okay.
You can better take on fairy types.
It's neutral
Steel type.
and it still gets 2 killed. Zekrom takes on steel types just fine. Oh, thank you very much.
You can run mixed attacking.
Look, if you're gonna run this mon, you're gonna put a choice specs on it, and you're gonna be Chi-Yu too. Okay? That's literally it.
You too.
Because Chi-Yu hits harder even though it has less special attack. Just because of its ability. So Chi-Yu hits harder.
Oh, so when the opponents say have fun, you say Chi-Yu too.
Chi-Yu too. But it's literally Chi-Yu too. Slower, but has Stab Draco. I don't know if it's actually gonna have D-Flare. And this mon is obviously really good, but like overheat stronger. Yeah,
It's gotta have blue flare. It's the original blue flare.
yeah. No, I'm saying I was thinking. I don't know if it's gonna have D-Fog. I said.
Oh yeah.
But even from that, what the hell do you do after that?
I don't know. You just click. It just seems like you click.
Yeah, it's like
Probably put your Earth Power for
it's-
E-Trans or
it's
whatever.
Slower. You don't even need Earth Power. You have Turbo Blaze.
Oh right, it goes through everything.
But I guess you can have Earth Power just to hit Skeletors.
Oh
Like, you know,
wait.
I don't know, man. It's like if I want a choice specs Fire type, I might use Chi-Yu just because overheat's stronger. This one is bulkier though. It is bulkier, but it is weaker.
I mean, it
as
is
well.
very bulky. It is much bulkier.
Yeah, way bulkier. But Reshiram's never been like it hasn't been a good Pokemon in a while in Ubers. So
I think in Reshiram, I think that's a little bit of an understatement. I think it's been great.
I think that's wrong based on viability, but we're not going to go into it. Anyway, I don't think Kyurem stays OU again. There's no freaking
No, I
way
don't think so.
Kyurem-
This mon is really good.
First off, Specs is better, right? Specs gets better because you can give it a
Specs, Terra
super.
Ice freeze dries.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
like freeze dry was already tough to switch into at first, even before that, right? Just because of choice specs and how strong it is. It has more special attack than Kyurem Black, and also Terra Ice just becomes way more difficult to switch into now.
Not to
You have,
mention,
like,
not to mention Sub Roost, right? Sub Roost, even though it
Sub Roost,
has,
yep, Sub
even
Roost
though
is
it-
another
yeah,
one.
even though it has less PP, like Golden Go, for instance, has 4 Make It Rains versus this set, right? While lowering it, and also not to
Magnet
mention
loaded that skill shot,
exactly, exactly. Like get out of here, and you just run whatever typing is last. You can run Earth, you can run Terra Blast Ground. Screw it, like why not? Hey, hit Golden Go, Terra Blast Dark, even.
yeah,
Fire to resist Make It Rain. Like there's so many. Yeah, this mod is not.
not gonna be in OU for long. Probably get quick banned.
I don't think it would be banned like day one. This will probably be like a wave 2, wave 3 type of ban. Type
Oh,
of thing.
nice.
Because like remember Palafin took a little while. Originally they banned Last Respects. Well, they banned Houndstone, but they banned Iron Bundle plus that Fluttermane, and then they banned a little bit more, and then they eventually banned like Chiampao was on the list but didn't get banned. Roaring Moon was on the list but didn't get banned until months later, type of thing. So this could be like something that gets banned as the metagame starts to settle a bit. But
Well, I mean, it's not a new mon, right? So like, it's been already in Ubers for the past gen.
fair. Absolutely fair. But yeah, it's definitely going to take some time. All right, so Lunala, Solgaleo, Necrozma, and by extension, Ultra Necrozma if that exists, and Duskmane, as well as Dawn Wings. Dude, Lunala's nasty. It's so Ghost is already Moonguy's Beam is broken, right? Like ignore the abilities of Pokemon. Who cares about Unaware? So Skeledirge being top 10 in usage, I don't give a damn about you. Now I don't even care if you Terra type of thing. I also think like what's wrong with this? What's literally wrong with this with Terra Fairy?
Yeah, this is amazing. Calm Mind, Roost, and Double Moon. Like that's
can
literally
run,
all you
can
gotta
run
do.
heavy duty boots, but you can run leftovers as well. Like I don't see anything. I'll use offensively or whatever. Forget your EV spread. Doesn't really matter right now, but
You can make it Chinese later, yeah.
but yeah, and nothing wrong with this type of mon. Ghost is amazing. This is all it needs. Ignores the abilities. Obviously, the Lunala Dawn Wings is a slower, and Prism armor is arguably worse than Shadow Shield.
I like Boots a little bit better on this set in particular. Boots just because, you know, your Shadow Shield is
stay
get
your
broken
Shadow
on
Shield
stealth
as well.
rocks.
Yep. So that's definitely
Exactly.
an option too, and you can roost back to it, which is cool. Yeah, just insane move pool. This mon is super freaking good. It's gonna be cool.
It's a really good mon, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's relatively fast, right? 97 is not slow by any means. It
Yeah.
can outrun a bunch of stuff.
Not bad at all. And then Dawn Wings. Let's look at Dawn Wing real quick. Necrozma, Dawn Wings.
Dawn Wings.
So bulkier and stuff, but slower. Obviously this one can
Trick
Dragon
Room on.
Dance, Trick Room, things like that. I think it's arguably worse. It's a lot arguably worse. Just because the slow speed. From
I
it,
can see this mon with like Glastrier on the same team. Like the one that was it Rider
Oh,
Glastrier?
Ice Rider.
Calyrex Ice, yeah.
Yeah, that mon is a top 10 mon as well with Trick Room. So you're actually right. Yeah, I can see it's doing something like that too. If Meteor Beam
Yep.
comes out, I can see that as well. I think this one learns Meteor Beam, right? I know the Nala learns it, so it shows, yep, exactly, and the Necrozma learns
Yeah,
it. So.
exactly. Power Meteor Beam. Under Trick Room.
Solgaleo.
I like this mon. It's a lion.
Yeah, it's trash.
I like it.
It's a trash Uber.
No!
It might be okay because of Flutterman and stuff. I'll be honest, I'm an advocate
think
for
it's
this
actually
mon.
pretty
I'm an
good.
advocate for this mon starting in OU and seeing what's up about it. For real. I'm an advocate. It has 680 BST. I don't give a damn. Look at this trash stats. Look at these stats. 97
it's pretty
speed,
good.
89
It's actually
special
really
defense.
bulky.
No close, no Swords Dance, no bulk up. It only has Calm Mind as an option.
I think you're severely undervaluing the potential of these Ubermons.
I don't think this mon. I think this mon could definitely, dude. If we could use both Zamazentas in this tier,
It'd be crazy. I mean, this is like looks like a what does Full Metal Body do again? It's like Clear Body,
it's
right?
Intimidate. No Intimidate drop. Basically, no stat drops. So no
Clear
Intimidate.
Body.
Yeah, Clear Body. Learn.
See, I can see this
If
mon
it
as
still has
like
knockoff, it'd be cool.
yeah, like Weakness Policy feels pretty good on this mon.
I would do, if a guy like me, where's my Morning Sun? Guy like me, just teleport, knockoff, Sunsteel Strike, and just
Utility.
yeah,
I like it.
Yep, nice little loots. Fuck. Nice little utility. I get pissed off, bro. I couldn't get
You're
it.
struggling spelling Sun Steel.
Yeah, nice little utility. Teleport around. Excuse me. And if it doesn't get that, it actually has stab 113 special
Future
attack.
Sights. Yep, I can see that too. You know that I mean this was a very common set on the Dusk. What is it? Dusk main.
Well, Dustman didn't run teleport.
It ran Stealth Rocks over that same move
Yeah, it
slot.
did.
Sun Steel knock. Morning Sun
Yeah.
rocks.
Yep, literally. And it was like the Zacian counter type of thing.
Yep.
That was what I was used, but yeah, pretty cool mon. Obviously, this is gonna be incredible for Ubers.
This mon will be really.
This is
good
like
for
the
Ubers.
swords. Prisoner actually works great because you resist. You're not taking Earthquake a lot, so
Yep.
like obviously you don't have your Z move or anything crazy. Like Stun Steel 7. That's Marshadow plus this, but
Soul Stealing 7 Strike.
yeah. But Swords Dance, Morning Sun, Earthquake type of thing. Dragon Dance as well. Looks pretty nasty too. Morning Sun, Weakness Policy, a lot of options. We'll easily be able to tank Moonblast, obviously because of resistances. Can tank Shadow Balls as well. Can be Spadef and take on Miraidon as well. Like this one's gonna be cool. Great one.
Really cool, yeah, and it can even bulk itself up a little bit more by lowering the opponent's offenses with Noble Roar. It's very, very noble Pokemon. It's a lion, right? And lion's the king of the jungle. It's the top of the food chain. You know, it's the one you think of for the noblest roar. It's a lion.
Is this the generation where regular Necrozma is actually really good because of Terra?
I think so because of Terra, yeah,
Yeah,
and
like, it already
Prism
had-
Arbor Terra.
It already has Dragon Dance. It already has party invite from Brookie. Stop trying to invite me to your Fortnite. How do I leave this?
Oh, wait, what happened?
Sign out. I gotta sign out of Epic Games. I'm getting invited for Fortnite games. Anyway, Dragon Dance obviously is really cool. Swords Dance as well. Trick Room, Meteor Beam. Assuming that comes back, like things like that. Open up
Yeah,
the
things like that, yeah. Like Dragon Dance on the physical set is really, really cool as well. Like you could just change your typing. What removes?
Photon Geyser being
The
the original
weaknesses.
Terra Blast, bro.
Yeah.
Physical or special.
Oh, can you? Okay, here's what you do. Here's what you do. Look, remove the weaknesses. So you go Terra Dark, you fling, and you have Big Nugget.
Or
Fling the Big Nugget to Crossbow.
or realistically, you got
God,
knockoff.
this is so realistic. Nah, knockoff is like knockoff schmockoff. Put Fling and then put Big Nugget and then show him. You actually brought that to your draft league game.
I did.
You actually brought Fling Big Nugget to your
You
draft
know what
league
happened
game.
to it? It got knocked off. So
Yeah.
So I think that knockoff is superior. But anyway, Dragon Dance weakness policy sounds nasty on this one. Like you set up in front of Corviknight as it U-turns, Dragon Dance up again, Dragon Dance up again, right?
Yep.
Terra Steel as well can work for like Rillaboom's Grassy Glide and you have Photon Geyser to ignore the unaware mons.
Exactly. That's because I had it in draft league
Me too.
some time ago. Yeah, it was the one that remember I played. I think Jan was in that one. It was like a
Yes.
long time ago. But yeah, that's such a good move in terms of being able to set up with this thing because exactly ignoring unaware boosts.
Ignoring Mimikyu
It-
disguises.
Yeah, it's so good, especially when your ability doesn't have to be Mold Breaker. It's not Mold Breaker, right?
Yeah,
but
it's
your
not, it's Prism
move's
Armor.
ability is that.
Yeah, and it becomes
Pretty-
physical or special. If you Calm Mind, it's the
Yeah.
same thing. So
Exactly.
Terrakion, Cobalion, and Virizion. So I was thinking
Isn't
like,
it Terrakion?
okay, Moet.
Oh, Terrakion, Cobalion, and Verzion, right? Because Cobalion is a lion, right? Cobalion. Terrakion is like the Terracotta Warrior. And Verzion, like Verizon.
No. You might have had something for a second if you just stopped. If you literally just stopped. So one of my things I actually like about this is like Terra Fight CC, just pure Terra Fighting CC. Just go, to a kill Great Tusk and stuff like that. Smash Corviknight and things like that. Terra Ground Earthquakes as well. Cool for Godingo. As well. Where's my fighting? There it is. Anything else you like about Terrakion? I think this is the one generation where Dual Dance could actually work on it with weakness policy because you can change your typing.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Choice Band. Like Terra is just really, really strong. Choice Scarf is a great one to check a lot of the +1 mons that
Choice Scarf, Choice Scarf, Terra, Rock, Stone Edge as well for like Dragapult and things like that.
This gets Rock Blast, right?
Yeah. Rock Blast.
Loaded dice. Loaded dice Rock Blast with Swords Dance sounds pretty strong, doesn't it?
I hope that Terrakion, Cobalion, and Virizion all get sharpness as their abilities. Get rid of Justified, man.
So strong.
Give them sharpness so I can use Sacred Sword, so I can have this super stronger than close combat type move and just put in a ton of work. Just give me that.
Oh yeah, that would be incredibly strong. Like this mon, I really like Terrakion as a Pokemon. Virizion, one of my favorite ones. I love the versatility of that mon in draft. Cobalion is just really good
solid
too.
Stealth Rocker. Volt
All of them
Switch.
are so good. Yeah.
Yeah, just good.
Yeah, Stealth Rocker.
This is my favorite support one, right? Like literally
Iron
my
Close
favorite.
Combat. Yeah, I love it. Yep.
I had it in draft. You had it in draft. Just a great Pokemon.
Rocky
Helmet. Yep. Just a fantastic Pokemon being able to take on hits. Obviously, I think Terrakion is. I think Cobalion gets the most utility out of the three. I think Virizion in lower tiers sounds really good because in the past, Swords Dance Virizion was really good, but it just struggled. It had to run Zen Headbutt for like Garbodor and Vileplume, but now it can run
Terra
like
now.
Terra,
Yeah,
exactly. Terra Fire, Terra Psychic. Yeah, makes a big difference for this. But I think that's basically all we want to talk about. So what are your guys' thoughts on the returning Pokemon? I know that the trailer didn't actually have a lot for it because it was more so, the game's coming out next week. Pick it up for that type of thing. For us, we wanted to see like, I want to see new Pokemon and things like that. But I do think it at least revealed some mons that are coming back that I think can be exciting. And we have a lot to discuss about the metagame as we did in today. So if you did enjoy, make sure you let me know. Leave a like, sub to me, sub to my boy Envy as well. His channel link down below on his way to 100K. And also, if you want to pick up my flavor, Meteor Burst, it's hydration. You can use code AIM for 10% off. But also, my Draco Shakers are like $6 off currently. And they also stack with code AIM for another 10% off. So if you want to pick those up, link is down below. Do you have anything else you want to say to them, MV, before I end this video?
This is great. I actually had some of your Meteor Burst yesterday. Very good.
Thank you.
And when you come here for Cooking with Envy, we're gonna make some Meteor Burst cocktails.
That'd be fun. It tastes really good with. Seabat was telling me. Like he drank it right in front of me with some mixes. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed. See you on the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.